Formula 1 and Spa, they go together like cheese on toast.
Green will be the next question.
But Formula 1 is back in the Ardennes Forest this weekend for the Belgian Grand Prix. And last time out, it was a sprint race here. And it was a sprint race last time out in the last race at Silverstone too. That was a crazy race. And a weird ending. But yes, we already know my thoughts on that. But yeah, it's time to have a look at what exactly they're going to go for this weekend at Spa. So it's time to recap on what happened last year. And like I said, it was a sprint weekend, and the sprint pole went to Oscar Piastri. He started off the proceedings with a pole, but the sprint would go to Max Verstappen, where they had an insanely skinny wing back then. And yeah, Verstappen just got the classic run out of the sauce and managed to draft up past Oscar down into Lecom on the Camel Straight. But Oscar Piastri will finish second, and Ardennes will finish third. And as we went to real qualifying, the Grand Prix qualifying, Ardennes would finish the session fastest, and he would be on pole ahead of his teammate Oscar Piastri this time, and Charles Leclerc in third. And into the race, it was quite a bizarre one. I didn't really watch much of this because I was watching Formula E at the time. I was there for London at the time, and these two events clashed. Yeah. But it was a delayed start because of a threat of rain and all that sort of stuff. And Verstappen opted to go for a heavy downforce wing because of this. And because it was a delayed start, he got kind of screwed by it. But Oscar Piastri would draft down Lando Norris and overtake him, just like what Max done to him the day prior. Just this time on Lando Norris, and they were closing up on each other. But you know, Norris made a few mistakes. Oscar gained a bit here and there. So Oscar Piastri took the flag and the win for the Belgian Grand Prix 2025, with Lando Norris second and Charles Leclerc third. But it'll be fascinating this year. It should be a Mercedes track, it really should be. But with the failures that they've had, it does sort of open the door a bit for Ferrari, similar to what we've had in Silverstone and Barcelona. But that would just be fascinating because Ferrari, they're obviously the slower sort of package at the minute, but they have one more reliable. Meanwhile, Merc, they're a bit quicker, but a bit more unreliable, and they have a bit more problems as well. But the point standings going into this weekend is Kimi Antonelli in the Mercedes leading on 179 points. George Russell back at 25 points back. So even if Russell does everything perfectly and Kimi doesn't score, they'll be tied on points, which will be good. But well, it'll be interesting. Not good. That's not the right word, right? But Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari car, 32 points back. So it's all getting tight, and yeah, it'll be quite fascinating to see, you know, what's actually going to happen, all the movers and shakers, that kind of thing. But yeah, that should be good. But yeah, what's your thoughts on Formula 1 at Spa? Because they keep doing this, and I believe next year's the start of the Barcelona sort of rotation, so we won't have this event until 2028, which is stupid, and I don't get it at all, because Spa is a good track, right? Spa is an amazing track. Spain is a good track. But, come on. You need to sort of use the big six tracks, in my opinion, every single year. Unless there's any sort of thing that's wildly out of your control. This isn't literally in your control. You've done this yourself. You know what I mean? So the fact they've done this is just so stupid, and I don't get it at all. So I hate it. I hate it so much that we're gonna have to wait 2 years to watch this Formula 1 at Spa again. But yeah, like I say, it goes together like cheese on toast. It's fantastic, and I just can't wait to see. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the race weekend, and who do you think is gonna win? It'll be quite fascinating to see. And well, like I say, barring any miracles or anything, Mercedes should do it. But they have seemed to have quite a few issues this season with reliability. So who knows really, eh? But it will definitely be fascinating, and yeah, be quite good.